This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today we look at a film that laid the groundwork for one of the most successful and innovative TV series ever produced. It's also currently on sale for 50% off at Barnes & Noble and on Amazon. Let's check it out. Today's film is The Scarface Mob from 1951 in beautiful black and white. This is the true story about how Special Agent Elliot Ness formed a group of lawmen, later known as the Untouchables, to bring down Chicago gangster Al Capone, aka Scarface, during the 1920s. Now, the first thing to know about this is a TV movie. It was first televised in 2 parts, then combined into one seamless version for theaters, mainly overseas, but also shown in some places in the United States. It was so popular that it became a TV series called The Untouchables, which ran from 1959 to 1963. It does feel a little bit like a made-for-TV movie. I wouldn't let that dissuade you, though. It didn't bother me. And it also does have some surprising sexual and violent moments, especially for 1959 and for TV. It has a documentary aesthetic to it, mainly because, not just the way it's filmed, but also because Walter Winchell provides narration and a voiceover. He was a syndicated columnist and a radio announcer. His big downfall was when he started siding with Joe McCarthy during the McCarthy hearings. That led to the end of his career, really. But he provides background information in a voiceover throughout this film. Agent Elliot Ness formed a group of lawmen who refused to be crooked or to take any bribes from gangsters or politicians or anybody else, and thus they became known as the Untouchables because you couldn't touch them, you couldn't make them corrupt at all. The cast includes Robert Stack as Elliot Ness. He was not the first choice for this. They wanted 2 different Vans, Van Johnson or Van Heflin. They both turned it down because at this point TV was still seen as a step down from playing in the movies. That sure has changed a lot, right? But Robert Stack is just really good in this. He has a great voice. He's very low-key and he underplays this role, and that works really well. There is a romantic subplot for him in this film, but when the series started, there was no romance for Elliot Ness left over at all. Keenan Wynn has a part in here. He is one of the lawnmen. You may remember him from Dr. Strangelove, though he's been in a lot of various films. And there's several recognizable character actors. Great faces these guys have throughout this film. As I'm watching it, I'm thinking, that guy wasn't on the waterfront. That guy was in Marty. And then when I saw the credits at the end, I thought, that guy was in the old TV comedy series F Troop, and that was really unexpected, not who I expected to show up there. The great Neville Brand, I've spoken about him many times, plays Al Capone here. When the series started, of course, Al Capone couldn't be in it because they busted him and he was sent to Alcatraz, actually. But so the series instead had sort of a Mobster of the Week format. And from what I understand, the series started really strong. People were concerned about the violence. Some people in the Italian-American community were concerned about how Italians were portrayed in the series. And also I understand that at the end of the series run, the quality kind of ran out. But you got to keep in mind that back then, a season for a series would be maybe 20 episodes. It's totally different from how it is now, where you might have 6 or 8 or 10 episodes. So there were a lot of episodes involved. This was directed by Phil Carlson. Let's push that up a little bit. Who has a lot of film noir credentials, including Kansas City Confidential and 99 River Street and The Phoenix City Story. And so would you consider this noir? I think so. Visually, yeah, for the most part, though it is pretty straightforward. But a lot of noir elements, especially characters like hitmen. There's a stripper. Her name is Brandy LaFrance. She's a real piece of work in this one. We have crooked cops, crooked politicians. We have snitches. And we have ex-cons. and lots of men wearing hats. Lots of tough dialogue, and like I usually say, unless somebody's getting slapped around in the face, it's not a film noir. But that happens here, both men and women getting smacked around. We usually don't talk about producers of these films, but I think it's worth mentioning here because this is a Desilu production. Now, if you don't know, that's a production company that belonged to Desi Arnaz and his wife Lucille Ball of I Love Lucy fame, and some other TV series they produced include the original Star Trek series and the Mission Impossible TV series. That's pretty impressive right there. Desi Arnaz seems to be enjoying a lot more recognition nowadays for being a pretty innovative producer in the early days of television. Another producer here is Quinn Martin. He went on to produce the very noirish series The Fugitive, along with Streets of San Francisco and the FBI, and a very odd series called The Invaders from 1967 to 68 about aliens that look like humans invading the Earth. Now, Elliot Ness died at quite a young age before this film was even made. He was, of course, portrayed by Kevin Costner in Brian De Palma's film The Untouchables in 1987. Now, as far as how accurate the information here is, that's par for the course. As far as there might be some misinformation, some inaccuracies, but this is not a documentary, this is a film. So my rating for the Scarface Mob, I'm going to give this one 4.5 bottles of booze out of 5. Really enjoyed this. What's on this disc? This is an Arrow disc. It is Region A. This is a special edition, but it should still be available. It has some reversible artwork. I did move it around so you can see it looks like the original artwork there for the Scarface Mob. And it has a poster that shows both artwork, two-sided poster. It has some art cards, look like small lobby cards. It has a 44-page booklet that's very informative. It has picture quality, was no problems with that at all. It is a square picture. There is a video essay about the film and the director, and a video essay about Elliot Ness. Both run about 20 minutes, and both very good as well. Now, where can you see the Scarface Mob? Unfortunately, I don't see it streaming anywhere, so you'd have to rent or buy it. Like I said, it is part of the Arrow sale, currently on, as of this recording, at Barnes & Noble for 50% off, and even less at Amazon last time I looked, which was right before I recorded this. The series, The Untouchables, I don't see it streaming anywhere. I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe Paramount Plus might be streaming that, but nope, I don't see it anywhere, at least not for now. So feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. Subscribing is free. We're about 70 subscribers away from hitting our goal of 2,000, so spread the word out there. Also free as we're on Letterboxd under the Kazdoy Closet. There's a link down below in the show notes. It'll take you directly there. And there's also information down there about my ebook, True Tales from the Teacher Trenches, which is for your Kindle. And you can get that at Amazon.com. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it is part of your subscription at no charge. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you like this one. See you next time.